Accessing library computer data.
I guess a cover story for why we go back to Brogana would be just we want to.
Is Tikov nearby? Are you still in Tikov's right room?
Yeah.
Okay, she says, or the ship could have a convenient malfunction and the four of you could take a shuttlecraft to Brogana.
Mm-hmm. Now Loxus is smiling again. And just nodding her head yes. And like pointing at her nose and pointing at the captain.
Well, because where is it the captain... Well, okay, first of all, we have 3 days to kill, and...
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of days.
Out here doing nothing.
Yeah, we could have a lot more fun on Brogana than we can on the ship.
Personal log. Lacus Aga. I gotta say, at the beginning of this, I was pretty fucking annoyed by that name. But after 3 whole days of fucking and fighting, I'm alright with it. That was fun. I got a retirement plan now. I know where I'm going. Fucking Brogana. I had nothing but fun. I picked up a few more weapons. I done learned all about all of their genders. Pretty sure I had each one a few times. All at once. Oh yeah. Me and the Madralathi were alright. They got pictures of me. Weird little dancing hologram things. Ooh. I love me some Brogana. Shit. Man, I wish it was more than 3 days. That's all I got to say. Logs is out.
Personal log, Lieutenant Penny the Vulcan. I had so much fun. So I know that this was supposed to be a work trip, but I mean, I got in there. I think that I might be a professional musician now. I'm not sure. So I did a tour of all of the dive bars. It was great. They loved me. I have introduced them to a whole new genre of music that they did not know of before. I got to zip line. That was cool. They have jungles in Brogana, who knew? So I got to zip line through the jungle and just see so much, and it was fantastic. I just really felt like these 3 days got me a chance to really live my best life, and I took full advantage of it. I hung out with Lox a little bit. You know, I think that the two of us, the cultural sensations we've become, we're kind of a, I don't want to say power couple, but you know.
Yes, you do.
I do want to say power couple. We got a lot of shit done. Broke a lot of hearts, you know. It was great, and you know, it might even be better than our Ryza trip. I'm not sure, but I can't wait to see what the future holds. And I'm gonna end with.
Personal log, Lieutenant Posa. You know, I tried to stick with the fact that this was technically a mission. I did some scanning, I did some computing, I did some gathering of the flora and the fauna and things like that, but I gotta tell you, it was quite a treat to watch Lox fight, and I definitely was there when there was fornication happening. Maybe joined in on some of that a little bit. She really knows how to explore a species. So I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and this has been a lot more than I thought it would be. And you know, I'm really I feel good about things now. You know, I've been pretty uncomfortable for a while, but I don't know, there's something about being here and being with my crewmates and doing these things, it feels good. And I'm glad. Pose out.
Personal log, Lieutenant Shakel. That was quite the experience on Brogana. I'm not as hard of a partier as my crewmates here, and I did try to keep up. I did. I went to 4 or 5 concerts of Penny's. I went to more than that, matches of Locks, but I gotta tell you, the after parties were a little bit too much for me. I don't think anybody noticed when I fully bounced and just went back to our hostel and did a bunch of studying. More than anything, I think this was a great trip for everybody else. I had some fun, I'm not gonna lie, but I think the most important thing that happened while I was down there was the studying that I did on the nanobots that are in everything, especially the interaction that they have with the Kmar. I'm learning a lot about how they work and are utilized, so that may come in handy in the future. End log.
That's called a mountain.
All right, so 3 days passed just like that. You're all covered in lube. You're all feeling great about life.
Mm-hmm.
I've showered. I'm not covered in lube.
You get back, you take the shuttlecraft back to the Komodo.
Cured of all space herpes.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you check in with Dr. Mackenzie.
Tell her all about it.
Is Dr. Mackenzie jealous at all about all the fucking you've done?
Oh no, I tell her all about it. She is totally interested.
She wants to know more for sure. Right. She's like, oh, tell me all about their genitalia.
We're gonna role play this later.
I'm gonna teach you some things.
So yeah, 3 days go by just like that. What fun.
Oh, what fun.
Oh, what fun.
Jesus Christ.
Rim asks to meet with all of you once you're all showered. I assume you take his invitation up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, he's eating now he's graduated to a cookie ice cream sundae. And the thing is huge, and he's just holding it by, it's like a boat with a stem, and he's holding it by the stem, and he's just eating it, looking at the stars. He turns around, looks at you, and he says, so, Captain Jackie's ship will appear, won't appear, in the next, computer, what time is it? And the computer says, it is, 6? Wait, you would not be up at 6 a.m. It is. It is 14:26 hours. Says, all right, well, Captain Jackie's ship will be here in about 40 minutes. You won't know it because Captain Jackie's ship will be cloaked. So we're going to need to get in a shuttlecraft and be at a certain set of coordinates. And you're going to need to bring me.
Of course.
And this Sunday.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
We have a replicator on the shuttlecraft, Rim. Don't worry.
Okay, good. He was worried. He's like, it's going to be melted by then. I'm not done with this. How do you eat this?
I don't know,
Very
dude.
quickly.
Just shove it in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the deal.
Okay. Should we, can we ask Rim if we can keep the artifacts we found? What was he there collecting?
Well, that spot just happens to be, just sort of the drop-off and pick-up point for Captain Jackie's ship.
So you weren't interested in any of these artifacts, and she, gestures to the stuff.
Those artifacts they are a relic of our past. I don't think any Magilathian would have ever picked them up out of reverence, but you use them to get to me. So out of the spirit of our new partnership, by all means, keep them. I don't think Captain Jackie will say differently. And fuck the Nelcath anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the Nelcath, I guess.
Yes.
You put your fist up in the air and you're like, wait, is that what I believe,
I just want the goggles. I don't know.
Well, you got him.
All right, let's get on that shuttle.
Posa is a little wary about getting onto the shuttle and meeting a cloaked ship in the middle of nowhere, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
Duty calls.
Not Loxus.
I assume you guys hit you hit the armory, you get all of the whatevers you might need. Like, what is that? Is that first contact where they hit the armory?
Yeah.
Yeah. They get, the shotgun, the big phasers, the heavy-duty phaser rifles.
Their sleeves are rolled up and shit, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are going in knowing that, not knowing much, but you're ready. So Rim will put in the coordinates or give you the coordinates and you can put them in and take the shuttlecraft out. And since, he said 40 minutes. So it happens very quickly. This is a reference that only, I don't know who will get, but put in the wing commander, reporting to the hangar bay music. It goes da 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 da, and it shows silhouettes of people running to the hangar bay and they get in their ships. That's what happens for you guys. I'll put a link later. I'll give Danny a link, and she can share it to the rest of you. And you get in the shuttlecraft. You head out to the coordinates. You kind of sit around for 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, just sort of almost peeling away from reality, this beautiful ship. What's the shape? How would I describe this ship?
Like a penis?
Happiness.
Think of... No.
Oh.
It was like a pirate ship, but in space.
Like a pirate penis.
I was trying to...
Happiness.
I was trying to think of a more poetic way than just calling it a pirate ship in space.
Oh.
It's got a real deep belly. And it's got... there's no sails in space, but it's not it's definitely not a...
There's solar sails.
It's a lot... Oh, that's perfect, actually. Yeah. I love that. Mm-hmm. It's sort of this smaller, very sleek, sexy... ship that uses solar sails, but also has cloaking technology. And a cloaking technology, I might add, that is different than what both the Klingons and the Romulans use. This is slightly different. It doesn't match up to what you expect on, when your readouts, when it decloaks. But it sort of does have a deep belly, kind of like a pirate ship, but isn't huge. It's much smaller than the Komodo. I would say it's almost bigger than the Runabout, but smaller than, what's the ship on Deep Space Nine?
The
Defiant?
Defiant.
Jesus, how did I forget that?
So the Runabout's the hopped up shuttlecraft they make in Voyager, right? No, what?
Yeah, runabouts are they're bigger shuttlecraft.
What's the thing that Tom Paris makes?
It's a Delta Flyer.
The Delta Flyer is what you're thinking
Delta
of.
Flyer. I'm thinking of the Delta Flyer. Somewhere between the Delta Flyer and the Defiant, right? It's more than a shuttlecraft, but it's not a full-blown ship. It's sleek, it's sexy, you can tell it's meant for
a lady.
Operative. It's pink and it costs 20% more.
Yes.
No pockets.
No pockets.
That's what our vaginas are for.
Vagina!
Nature's pocket. Wait, that's your cleavage.
They're both.
Yep.
They're both.
That's where the cookie was gonna go next. Not my vagina, my cleavage.
Okay,
If I didn't have...
damn.
No, that's a yeast infection, Penny.
I know. I was like, don't do that.
Damn. Too much sugar. Too much sugar
know.
up
Yeah,
in.
don't need sugar in your twat.
It was gonna be sugar tits. I was gonna put it in my cleavage. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So you get a incoming hail sound.
Beep, beep.
They're trying to hail you.
Okay, accept.
This is Captain Jackie. I assume that you have Rim on board. Is that correct?
Damn right, ma'am.
Yes, I'm here, Captain. Rim has another sundae. He's just eating. He's like, he has to like wipe his mouth up. They've got this thing called ice cream. I can't wait to show it to you. Well, I can't wait to show it to our comrades. She's like, well, that one, he's always motivated by food. If you are vouched by Rim, and Rim says, they are, then we are prepared to have your shuttlecraft. We can either beam you aboard, or your shuttlecraft can dock on our ship.
Oh, docking!
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No one's ever going to say no to docking.
No.
It's probably best for surveillance state and everything.
Yes, that's why.
All right,
Yes.
all right. Prepare for our tractor beam.
Yeah.
And the tractor beam comes out and pulls you into its docking bay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a distinct vibe of the Planet Express ship when it was voiced by Sigourney Weaver. So is Captain Jackie the ship?
Oh my fucking god.
Did you do it on purpose?
No, I didn't! That's the most fucking amazing thing! That I did not intend for that, but I inadvertently did it.
Leela, Bender and I really need to be alone, so I'm turning off the oxygen.
And B, yes!
Sorry.
I did not even think about that, but somehow in the back of my brain it was there.
Yeah, you were just
So
doing it on accident.
You guys don't know
You
that.
never know where
but yes.
inspiration comes from.
No metagaming. We do not know that.
I can't say no when Danny fucking hit the nail on the head for something I inadvertently did. Yeah, no.
You're wrong.
Definitely not.
No way. Not this time.
Oh my god. So you get sucked up into the shuttle bay. You pile out of the shuttlecraft, and the shuttle bay that you're in looks nothing like Federation, obviously. I would say it's a lot rounder.
Sexy.
It's a lot sleeker. It's a lot less... There's a lot less, like, cargo, ship, cargo boxes piled up. It's basically just big enough to hold a shuttlecraft, and that's it. And there's not really, like, in shuttle bays, they have the terminal, right, near the door. None of that. As far as you can tell, actually no interfaces of any sort. Almost Heart of Goldish, if anyone understands that reference.
Am I making any sense here?
No, but that's okay.
But just kind of sleek and sexy. And there is a door, and it will open, whoosh, and a Madrilathy will come through and say, yes, Captain Jackie would like to speak with you. This way.
Got it.
This Madrilathy, they're sort of dressed in like, I guess leather. Space leather.
Hey.
It's all very, it's dark. It's black like leather. It's very like, special ops sort of, spy-ish, sleek, very hugging the body sort of material.
Thank you.
Really makes those buns pop.
Like a Section 31 kind of get up.
Yes,
You could take a
exactly.
note or two on these outfits.
Yes. Very Section 31. And they lead you up to what you assume is the bridge. Just because of the way it's laid out. There's not really like a lot of chairs or a lot of stations. Not like a science station or anything like that. There are some people, just like maybe two, we'll say three Magilathians milling about. Occasionally they'll like swipe their hand across a wall, and a terminal will just sort of appear, and they'll bleep bloop on that for a little bit and then move on. But in the middle of, it's flat, usually in Starfleet bridges. It's sort of 2-tier. But this bridge is flat, 1 tier, and in the center is a holographic, lock. I guess you all spent some time in Brogana, so you can all tell this is a woman presenting a hologram in the center. She's sort of shimmering. She kind of like occasionally it just shimmers a little bit, like a shimmer will ripple across the hologram, so you can see through her, so you can tell it's a hologram.
Yeah.
But we'll say it's a stately Madrilathi. Did we establish if Madrilathians have hair?
Grumular didn't.
Not
Okay.
particularly, yeah.
No. So I guess,
Hairless?
This Madrilathi, we'll say this hologram has, one set of hair. It's like a ponytail on the top of its head. It's like high, it's like a top knot, but that's all the hair. It's not like, there's literally just enough hair for this top knot, and it's like kind of a fountain out of the back of the hair, back of the head. It's a bright red shock of hair, sleeveless, black outfit, black sexy leather, sort of, shimmery sort of outfit. And when you come into the bridge, she turns and looks at you, and she says, "Welcome. I'm Captain Jackie."
Well, hello.
And she just sort of motions her hand. She motions for you to come in closer.
All right, then. Saunter in.
Hello, Captain. Jackie?
So Rim is with you. And she looks at Rim and she says, "How much have you told them?" And Rim says, "As much as my security clearance allows me to." She says, "All right, that gives me as much information as I need to know." She says, "All right, to pick up where Rim left off, a foreign invader has taken over our system. They call themselves the Nelcath. They are not our saviors, I'm sure as Rim has told you. I am the, for lack of better word, creation of the remainder of the true Madrilathi Council, who are exiled just outside the galaxy. Galaxy, that's a long way. Just outside the system. And the Council has been trying to get its people, its territory, to get its system back, and to inform the people of the truth, and to free them from the shackles of the Nelcath. What I need to know is, are you willing to help?"
Well, who are the Nelcath exactly? Why are you...
We haven't seen them yet, have we?
No, you haven't actually seen any Nelcath at all.
Why are you against them? I mean, we can't just side with you and say, we're against this species that we know basically nothing about.
They came in, they rewrote our history. They killed our scholars, they killed our historians, they prevented our people from going to the Outer Rim to learn the truth. Madrilathians are slowly or rapidly, I guess, depending on the scale of things, are disappearing.
Where'd the Nelcath come from?
They came from outside our system. They are not Madrilathi. They are sort of a unified voice.
Where are they located?
They are located at the center of the solar system. Have you noticed anything interesting about our system?
There's a big black hole in it?
Exactly. And that black hole is the center of our solar system. And we don't know what they're doing with it, but they are definitely up to no good. All of their efforts seems to be focused around that black hole.
Jackie, do you think you could provide us with any sort of proof or history of what the Nelcath have truly done in your society? Because we have only what we've obtained already from your government, from the Central Council. So
Oh, that's all lies. I'll be happy to give you all of our information. In fact, if you'd like, I'd be willing to take you back to meet with the true council.
Well, that would be fantastic. We've spent some time with the Madrolati people on Brogana, and they don't seem particularly enslaved, so I just would like to get an idea of...
When you're fed a comfortable lie, you'll believe it. It's easier than seeking the truth.
Well, I certainly understand that, but what I mean is, it would be beneficial for us and for our superiors to understand exactly in the ways in which the Nelketh have, enslaved y'all.
I would be happy to give you all of that information. I don't have the clearance to give it to you. Only the council does.
So you want to bring us to the council?
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sounds like we need to talk to the council.
Council time.
And then she says, well, this won't take long. Please make yourselves comfortable. There's no chairs, so I don't know how.
I'll sit down on the ground. I just sit down, cross my legs, meditative type position.
Rim sits down next to you, just finishing off his sundae. He's like, oh, that's smart. Never thought of that. I usually just lean on the wall.
I was gonna say, I'll give a good lean somewhere.
So Shaq scanning. I mean, is anyone... I guess I would ask first if I can, but I'd like to take some readings.
Yeah.
She looks at you, she says, take as many readings as you like. You might notice that there's a noticeable absence of something on our ship.
Nanobots.
And she smiles.
Is it nanobots?
It's nanobots. There's no nanobots.
Okay.
I knew that they were something wrong with those things.
Susan,
I want my butt.
did I learn anything significant about the nanobots while I was not having an orgy on Brogana?
So you sort of learned that the nanobots are... roll me one fate dice.
You got it. It's very dark in this room. There was nothing on there.
It's a neutral?
It was a blank, yeah.
These nanobots look familiar, but you can't quite place them. You're not quite sure. There's something about these nanobots where you're like...
Something about these nanobots.
Tugging on the back of your mind, and you're like...
nanobots
what?
Here? Or there are no nanobots here yet?
No.
There are no... She's thinking about when she was so undoubtedly Shakel, because she's a nerd, spent her time probably looking at the nanobots more during those 3 days. And she's thinking back now, as soon as Jackie says, you'll notice that there's not any wink wink nanobots on the ship. Shakel's kind of tapping her cheek and doing a flashback to all of her studies on the nanobots she did during that 3-day stay in Brogana.
Yeah, just seeing if I learned anything.
Something familiar about these nanobots, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You haven't seen these particular nanobots before, but the way they're structured, something similar. They're familiar.
This might be metagaming, but I'm also, I'm not whole hog scanning and doing things like Shaq would be, but I would definitely be researching more than say Loxus or Penny.
Yeah, no, because you're a scientist, right?
Yeah.
You're a botanist. And the nanobots are even on Brogana. The nanobots are even on the floral and fauna.
Yeah.
So you're gonna come across them too. I would say go ahead, roll me one dice.
Okay. See if I come up with something. Oh, it's also a nothing.
Same feeling. You kind of feel like these are familiar for some reason. You're not quite sure why though.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I hate nanobots. I roll a die. I was on Brogana for 3 days. I was dealing with nanobots, right?
You were making sure there were no nanobots on your butt.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just trying to figure out if we're already making you guys roll at disadvantage, how would I make Loxus roll at double disadvantage?
I guess not rolling at all.
Go ahead. No, Lox, go ahead and roll me one dice.
Spum, don't do me wrong. Nope. Nothing.
You're like, I don't know. There's just a lot of lube in the equation.
Okay, well, did I learn anything from scanning on this ship? Except besides that there's no nanobots present?
It's unlike any Starfleet technology. In fact, it is a very unique, everything about the ship is extremely unique. Not at all developed with any sort of technology or it wasn't developed, let's say it wasn't developed through Romulan assistance or Vulcan assistance, or basically you feel like this technology it's familiar, but at the same, because everything operates on the same rules of the universe, but it was totally independently developed, without any other input from any other species that you know of.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, Penny, is there any reason why you feel like you should be able to roll one dice?
I was even thinking about that, but I'm like, I want to say yes, but I do know that Penny was probably pretty busy with all of her shenanigans.
But the thing is, you were playing instruments, and those things are nanobot instruments, so I feel like you would have...
Yeah.
Horatio knows the most about the nanobots of all of us.
Horatio.
Yeah. What I was thinking is if I was there for 3 days, I probably meditated at least once. And so I'm thinking that if I could have, instead of scanned, maybe done my meditative.
Because... Oh, man, this is tough. Okay, yeah, roll me one dice. The whole Horatio link, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I got a plus!
Hey!
Hey!
You've seen this nanotechnology before. And you didn't really place it up until now. But now with the absence of it and Captain Jackie, you kind of I don't know, do you right in this moment, you kind of pull up Horatio maybe and do some computing on your Watchamal?
Yes.
Do any of you as the players want to guess?
What the nanobots are?
Yeah.
They're the Nalcaf.
Yeah, they're the Nelketh.
Yes.
So are they alive then?
There's a race that uses nanobots heavily.
The Borg.
Oh, no, it's the Borgs! Captain Jackie is reminding me of, so J.K. Woodward is doing a Voyager Mirror Universe comic.
Yeah.
And Janeway is supposed to be the pirate queen. And so...
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Yes.
just picturing Captain Jackie as Janeway.
Mirror Janeway.
Yeah.
Fucking sleeveless.
Hell yeah.
Yes!
You have been listening to Mammary Alpha. Your hosts would like to thank Smelly Tooth, who composed our theme song and some of the other music that you hear, as well as Roll Music. You can find us online at mammaryalpha.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Mammary Alpha. You can tweet at us using the hashtag #ThisPodcastIsTheTits, thanks to Dee Dee, and support us by buying a t-shirt or becoming a patron. And don't forget to leave a rating or review on iTunes.